Eric here in the garage today. I just wanted to give a little video today on restoration of my little white natural gas heater. Got this heater a bunch of years ago off of my uncle. It actually came out of an old hog building. That's why it's so rusty. All the moisture in the hog buildings and the acid really eats away at metal pretty quick. So he had pulled it out of the hog building when he tore the hog building down and gave it to me. I actually had this in my old shop for a couple years just to provide some supplemental heating. And now that I'm in the new shop, I just got natural gas ran to the new shop. So wanted to get it hooked up in here, but it's having a few issues. Here's the actual unit. That was just a cover. First of all, I couldn't keep the pilot light lit, and that was just simply, let me see if I can get a light on here. There, that's a little bit better. We got a light on now. So I couldn't keep the pilot light lit, but that was pretty simple. That was the thermocouple was bad, and I put a new thermocouple on it. That seemed to take care of that problem. I haven't put the thermocouple back in the housing yet because I've been messing around with it, but new thermocouple fixed that. Excuse me. Another issue I was having was the pilot light, even whenever it was lit, was very, very, very tiny. Just a slight little breeze anywhere around it would blow it out. So I ended up taking apart, I took this whole assembly off of here that has the pilot light on it. There's a little screw right here. I took this out and I took the line off the bottom. After I took the line off the bottom, there's a orifice that's inside there that has two very, very tiny holes. I think they're something like 10 to 18 thousandths or something like that. Pretty small holes. There's two of those holes in there, and they weren't completely plugged, but they were pretty plugged up with dirt just from many, many years of use. So clean those holes out, put it back together. Works pretty well now. The other issue I was having was, if you look in here, this is the control valve assembly. So get it in the camera a little better. This is the pilot light control valve, and then this is the safety shutoff valve. And when the unit was off, so when the safety shutoff valve was off, but the pilot light was still burning, it was allowing a little bit of gas to go past this safety shutoff valve right here. It was actually going into the burner, and it would light just a little flame inside this burner unit. And you can actually see there's some, this blower unit is a little black from where that flame was burning. And I knew this solenoid valve was working because it would turn on and off, but it just wasn't sealing up the whole way. So there's 4 screws right here in this unit, in this shutoff valve. Pulled these screws out, and there was just a little bit of dirt around the sealing surface of that valve. Cleaned it up and put it back together, and actually works good. Doesn't leak anymore. So solve that problem. So as far as this unit, let me I'll get it fired up here. Sorry, I had to put the phone down. It takes 2 hands to get it lit. You can see the pilot light lit there. It's burning good. And you can turn the unit on. Let me get it plugged in here. Show this thing actually working. Fire it up, there's the burner in there, flame going. Pretty simple unit, just draws the hot air from the burner up through this box and blows it out. It's blowing. It's actually a ventless system, so you don't want to use it in a sealed environment, but here in the shop that has pretty well pretty good ventilation. It works pretty well. So works pretty good. Not a real big unit, but it works. So the next step, I want to get this cover cleaned up, and just looks pretty rough. So figured why not clean up the rust and throw some new paint on it. So that's the project now. I'm gonna get the wire wheel out, get this thing cleaned off, and see if we can make it look better. Now I've got it cleaned up. Just used a flat disc and a wire wheel and a Scotch-Brite pad. Got it cleaned up. Didn't get too particular about it. It's just an old heater, but just wanted to get some of the heavy rust off of it. So get some paint on it, make it look a little better. And there we go. Got her painted up, put a couple of coats of blue on it. This is actually old Ford blue, because why not? It looks pretty good. So get the case put back on the heater unit. Probably do that tomorrow once it dries, and we'll fire the thing back up. So there it is, got the heater all back together. Got it running right now, it's blowing hot air. It's actually been running here for about an hour and works pretty good. So like I said, just a stupid little project, simple, but looks a lot better than it did, works a lot better than it did. So I'd call this one a success. I'm happy. Should do for now.